Hello, everyone, and welcome to your favorite podcast. That's right, we're your favorite now. I don't care what other podcasts you like, we're your favorite. Today, we are here with no one but us, as usual. But I'll introduce us just in case you didn't know. I'm Jaded. This is Jaren. Say hi.
Hi.
This is Overshore, which I don't know why you wouldn't know who he is, because you're probably watching this on his channel, but, you know.
Most likely, but yeah, the introduction's still nice.
But you
Yeah,
can
true,
call
true,
him
true,
Daddy
true.
Overshore.
There it is. I'm big time now after that
Yeah.
video. I'm big time. Grady better watch himself.
Yeah,
'cause
we're
coming in
we're
hot.
coming for it.
What's that video at anyways? I think it passed 6,000.
Hey, listen, I
It's
got my
getting
own fans now. I got like a comment with like 100 likes. I got my own fans now.
Dude, yeah, your comment actually got so many likes.
I haven't actually looked at the comments of that video.
Where is it? Content. 6,023 is what I'm seeing.
Your subs have gone significantly up after that video, though.
The what?
I mean, your
Oh
subs.
yeah, it
you
jumped
were-
like 150.
Just a couple days ago. Yeah, just a couple days ago you were 1.03, so about 1,030, and now you're almost at 1.2.
That's what I'm saying. We do it big here. Where's Jaded's comment? 97 likes on Jaded's comment. Alternative title: Canadian
go.
gets confused about America having multiple cities of the same name for 25 minutes straight.
Honestly, though, facts. When I was watching it while I was in Florida, I was like, he does know that Philadelphia is not the Philadelphia he's thinking.
No, I did not. And I mean, it turns out I got like a couple of them wrong. The Stapleton one, like, I completely just missed the fact that it said like Stafford, not Lexington.
Yeah.
But then there are a few,
Raised in Stafford.
and look, I apologize if I got a few wrong. But like,
You got Josh Turner.
if
right?
you two
Yeah,
if
South
you
Carolina.
two open a tab and just look up where is Kenny Chesney from, for example, because apparently he's from Latrell. What do you get if you search where is Kenny Chesney from on Google?
I don't think
I'm doing it
anyone
right
can
now.
blame you.
I know, but I'm
Where is
defending
Kenny
myself.
Chesney? Oh, I forgot to say from. It just says where is just search where is Kenny Chesney. This says Knoxville, Tennessee. When I search where is Kenny
There it
Chesney
is. I know. It's like I wanted to get it accurate, but I figured I
from? Wait,
I
let me
had
see
it.
if there's
I
a
wasn't
difference
gonna.
between Bing and Google.
I wasn't gonna watch a documentary on each individual.
Oh, Google says Knoxville,
I
Tennessee.
appreciated
too.
just the general laid back vibe of that.
I still think it was cool. I still think it was, and you know, like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It says where is. Yeah, you got to read some fine print to see that he
Yeah,
was raised in.
But
Montreal.
regardless, I mean, 9 dislikes to what, like 260 likes? I'll take it. I'll take it any day of the week.
Yeah.
And 6,000 views, low key, enough hours to like push me over the monetization requirements. I'll take it. I'll take it.
I'm waiting for those Overshore
of
checks to
course.
come in. Let's go.
It's actually nuts, like how.
I'm waiting for the shorts.
It's actually nuts how much that one video did. Like, I've been doing this since the start of September, and up until like before that video, I got 3,500 hours of watch time, and then that video alone is at like almost 800 hours. So it's like,
Yeah, it's gotten almost it's already gotten like a fourth of what you already had before the video.
exactly, and it's like almost a quarter of what I needed the whole time. Yeah, that video did
Jaren,
quite
why
well.
Did you say already like a Canadian? What was that?
How did he say it?
I said already.
Already.
Already. Well, we do not say already.
I just said already. I already.
I
what-
swear you
what-
said
I don't-
already.
I don't. Okay, maybe I.
That's
did.
not even a
Yes,
Canadian
yes,
thing. That's just mispronouncing stuff.
It sounded
We're
Canadian.
making it a Canadian thing.
How?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry,
I'm
Jay.
sorry.
That's not the same. That's
That's
not
the
even the
same
same. Like, no, it's not. All you're taking all and putting it in the O sound. Like if it
Yeah,
was
Look, I'm
sorry.
not the one
if it
who
was
did this.
sorry. If it was sorry and he said sorry, fine. But nah, man. Okay, what's our first? What do we want to talk about first? We have a few things on the agenda today. Which one do we want to dive into?
Alternative podcast. It's title: American gets confused about Canadian accent.
Could do.
I mean, I wouldn't. I wouldn't mind tackling the Brett Young just to get out of the way.
Right away?
Because, yeah.
Low key, like, kind of divisive, honestly. Especially in the Discord. There was some disagreements within the server.
I don't
What?
Somebody else start. I don't feel like starting.
I can do
this
it.
time.
All right. Big boy stepping up to the
I
plate.
usually
What do
go
you got?
last too. I usually just like let y'all talk and interject sometimes, and I just go last.
And then you just
just
come in with like
I
your
come
hot take
in.
at the end.
Well, my takes aren't gonna be hot in this one for this one.
No,
Well, what
this,
are you
this
saying?
album was a
Jade?
catfish. I liked the first track more than any other track.
Really?
It was a catfish.
It was a catfish.
That was one of my least
Really?
favorites. Was the first
Really?
one. Like,
I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't even remember the first one.
I don't blame you. I was listening through it just before we started this to kind of refresh my memory, and I'm like, it's so forgettable. A lot of the album is.
This
but-
album was it's just not good.
When I pressed play on this album, the first song started, and I was like, it sounds nice, and then I think I immediately zoned out.
Yeah, like there's nothing to keep you hooked onto it. Although that said, there are some moments that I really like. Specifically, that last one, You Didn't. I've been just loving that song a lot. But I never would have like gotten to that point if I didn't need to listen to it. Like if I did not do what I do, as in like review stuff, there's no way I would have made it to the last song. It was not worth my 28 minutes.
Oh, 100%. I was waiting for this album to end because I just wanted to listen to the other two albums that we're gonna talk about.
Yeah,
later.
there's the benefit though of short albums, is if it sucks.
It's true. I was like,
it sucks. It's
thankful
over
Lord,
quickly.
This album is a song. I'm making it sound like I hate this album, but
It's just so lukewarm. It's so
Yeah.
forgettable for the most
Brett
part.
Young's voice is wasted on Brett Young. I don't know if it's just me. I really like his voice. I like it's very
Oh, dude.
it's very
we're gonna talk about that
It's
later.
ver- it's
but,
ver-
yeah.
it's very expressive. Wait, are you gonna tell us that Brett Young's your favorite vocalist? I'm ready.
No, he's
I'm
not
ready.
favorite, but he's definitely up there as like
But
one of the.
we're hitting that topic.
Yeah, but he's up there as one of the more unique tones that I do really like.
I need to know. Have y'all heard it? Like, it's like a really old YouTube video. It's an unreleased called it's called what's the name? Yeah,
It's by Brett Young.
it's
Probably not then.
Bro, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't pay attention to Brett Young. I don't listen to his music. Not a single one of his songs is in any of my playlists. So this
The only two
I
Sorry, 1 second.
I can't help.
the only two songs I have from Brett Young
oh I got it.
are, in case you didn't know, because it's just like everyone knows that song. And you know what?
Yeah, everybody.
Hate on it all you want for the 2 and 4 snap, but it's still a good song in my opinion. And You Didn't. But I tell you what though,
Okay, wait.
when Brett Young hits, he
I
hits.
need-
Yeah,
I
you
need
finish
to,
your
I need
point.
to tell y'all about this song. It's called Yours to Hold. It's an unreleased. It's totally acoustic, and it's like there's a couple iffy moments, but I feel like if he would have gone down that sort of road, he could have done so well because he's so expressive in that song, and like he really makes the emotions come through. And I feel like Brett Young is pretty good with that sort of like sad sort of. Like genuine in love instead of like that flirty thing that he does with his voice.
Yeah.
Really,
This song-
it sounds so douchey to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, his voice is very, very evocative. Like he can.
This song is almost 10 years old.
Yeah, I was just like 9
He
years
hasn't
ago
put it on an album.
on his official account, 3.1 million views. Not bad. I'll listen to that after this, but yeah, I mean, I can't help but think
Interesting.
Brett's talent is being wasted. But even then, like, the talent we're talking about would be his voice, obviously, because he's got such a distinct, unique voice, and it's really freaking good. But, like, even then, when you look at this album, it's like his voice is being used pretty well. Like, so, is it a waste of his talent? Like, does he have, like, the question I would bring then, if we're saying he's wasting his talent, I think he's using the talent of his voice. He just doesn't have the lyrics or the melodies
that's
to
what I'm
hook
saying.
you.
He just can't-
So
Maybe he just can't write songs.
That's
so
what
he's
I'm
just
like.
singing.
I don't want to hate on Brett Young, but it's like, does he, in a brutal, without trying to sound brutal, but to get my point
There's
across,
Brett over there just singing words.
like,
Can't write.
is there any talent he is wasting? Because he has talent, but it's not in the parts we're criticizing him for. Like the parts that we praise are his talent, so he is using his talent. He can't tie it together. Like, I mean, out of the 8 songs, he maybe has 2 good hooks, but the hooks are really good. And then out of the 8 songs, he maybe has 1 or 2 with anything substance-wise that I would want to go back to. But I don't know. Brett Young's an interesting guy, but he's a big name. So, JD, were you gonna add something?
Yeah. I have to assume that song was written by him. I don't see it being written by anyone else, and then he just didn't release it. But
I mean, he probably can write decently, but I feel like
I just find it weird that he didn't like ever release it because I guess it just didn't go with this brand.
Yeah, and I mean, I bet you, like, songs like this are gonna do well because they appeal, like they apply to everyone. You can stick yourself in that scenario. Does it make for a boring listen? Yeah, but on a shallow level, if you're just listening to it on the radio, if you don't listen to music critically, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, if you listen to music and could not care less about the lyrics,
I envy you.
hey, it's however you want to listen to music, but oh, there's no way I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, maybe he can write good songs, but I know I was watching Hot Ones the other day.
Sean,
as I do, because I was watching Hot Ones with John Mayer, and he was saying,
I've seen that one.
You have?
Yeah,
Nice.
I think
Where
so. The one with John Mayer.
Yeah, he talks about moving to Montana and stuff, but
Yeah, and like,
yeah.
being out there.
Yeah, so in it,
I vaguely remember that.
yeah, in the episode, he's talking about hit songs, like what makes a song a hit, because they do ask him, like, do you go for hits or how do you approach if you want to make a hit? And he said how, like, simplicity is key. What can get stuck in your head? Because he's like, I'm going to paraphrase what he said, but to quote what he said in a paraphrase, he's like, I think this 120 chord personal monster of a song is a hit.
Yeah, I remember
but
that,
you guys, you listeners, you want the 4 chord, you want the repetitive chorus, you want the simple lines that can get stuck in your head and you can sing along to.
Yeah, so I think like the best sort of like hit song would be like one that has like a super broad sort of chorus and then like very specific, well-written verses. And I don't think there's any shame in that.
No, it really comes down to, like, what do you want? Like, what are you making your music for? Some people make their music as, like, an outlet of their emotions. Some people make it because they want to show off their instrumental abilities. Some people, like Brett, I mean, I'm not Brett, I can't say for him, but what it would appear to is he wants to make music for the masses. And though there is no issue with that, it's just under a critical light, it leads to a pretty bland listen overall. So Cody Johnson put out 2 new songs, and what do we think of them?
I like them, but specifically, I like Till You Can't a lot. Like, I really like Till You Can't.
I'm with you on that one. It's definitely my favorite of the 2.
I've played it, like, I listened to it for the first time obviously when it came out. And I've listened to it, like, maybe close to 20 times at this point. I really enjoy it.
Really? I'm not gonna lie. I'm a
Yeah.
little, like, under-listened on this to talk about it. I've only gone through them both, like, I've listened to longer than she did, I think once or twice, Until You Can't, like, maybe 3 or 4 times. So I guess I've heard it enough to talk about it, but I have not spun it 20 times.
Yeah, well, Till You Can't, I've listened to it so much already that, like, my Spotify makes playlists for you, and I have my on repeat playlist, and it basically takes your most listened to songs, like current songs, and Till You Can't has already made it onto that playlist, and it updates like every 2 days.
Yeah,
or
Apple's
whatever,
got got a playlist called Heavy Rotation, which is just your thing. And quickly, like, look, I always seem to have something I'm ticked off about each episode. But
Oh wait,
while we're on
do
the
we got
topic
the Canada segment? Let's go.
It's not the Canada segment.
Well,
It's the Apple Music segment. The Canada segment is the fact that Justin Trudeau is currently in England partying with a mask off, no social distancing, and didn't have to quarantine when he got off the plane because he's the prime minister. And Doug Ford having a funeral with like 500 people, but no one else can. That's the Canada
let's go.
rant. But
Canada segment.
Apple Music, all right? Apple Music sucks, okay? Like, I defend Apple Music just out of, like, I have to because I use it. But it freaking sucks, man. Like, if I didn't have all my music on Apple, I would, like, if I was just about to, for the first time, get a music subscription, with the knowledge I have now, it's Spotify 150% of the time. The only good thing about Apple Music for me is that I can download MP3 files, like unreleased songs or acoustic versions, and put them in my playlist. That's the only good thing. Because Apple Music freaking sucks. And look, the straw that broke the camel's back was this past Friday. And I know Joe in the Discord. I love you, Joe. But he got mad at me. not mad. Joe did not get mad. He just said, like, oh, like, don't talk with the Migos on the podcast. And that was a joke intermission while Jada was gone. But my friends are Migos fans, because as I've said before, I don't really have any country music fans. So we were kind of excited. We're like, yeah, we're going to listen to the album. We're going to stay up till midnight. We're going to listen to it, because we had a day off school, day off online school, because our school's been canceled for the rest of the year. So we had our day off so we could stay up late. And I'm not joking you when I say how badly Apple botched this. And it's not just this time. It's every big album, any album at all, Apple somehow fails to put out on time. Like, for example, I was looking, and on Apple Music, on the Migos artist profile, it said the album was coming June 13th. I'm like, well, no, it's not. It's the 11th. It's up on their YouTube. It's up on their Spotify. People are reposting it on their social media already. It's not the 13th. How do you mess that up? Then the album comes out. I get a notification at 1:39 in the morning saying, hey, new music from the Migos has arrived. Yet you're an hour and 40 minutes late. Do you think I'm about to go through like an hour of music at 1:45 in the morning? Be up till 3 a.m.? No, I'm not going to do that. I still haven't listened all the way through because I just haven't had the time to listen all the way through. But it's like, oh, how do you... Every big release ever. The Zach Bryan album last year was arguably the undisputed worst. Like, I was, like, kicking Apple Music. I was making it a tangible object and booting it off a cliff. That Zach Bryan album came out 5 days late. 5 days. An entire week. I sat there. I can remember I stayed up till midnight that night. I'm like, let's go. You can see it there. Like, because before it comes out, you can still see it. It's just if you click on the songs, it's like, hey, this isn't available yet. But
yeah,
I sat there and I was like, all right, it's, normally Apple Music, I've got accustomed to it being bad. Normally within the first 20 minutes, they put the album up just because they can't be bothered to put it out at the right time. Like, how hard of a process is it? Like, I schedule a video on YouTube and it goes up on that time. Yeah. Like, anyways... Then I was like, and I went to bed that night. I'm like, it's going to be up in the morning, surely. Nope. 5 days I had to go with it. And I didn't want to listen to it on, like, YouTube or anything else because I wanted, like, the experience of listening to it on Apple Music, which, in hindsight, I don't know why. But, holy crap, Apple Music is so bad. Like, Spotify's got so many, like,
I've never
features.
run into that issue with Spotify. Like, when songs come out, when...
Singles work. It's just albums. Apple Music's always just like, we can do that later.
That's interesting.
Like, and Spotify's got so many cool features as well. Like, not only does Apple Music not have those cool features, but it can't even do its job. It's like, I just want to listen to it when it comes the frick out. Oh my gosh. What were we on about? Cody Johnson? We're on Cody Johnson.
Yeah, you just... We were talking about Cody Johnson.
And then I had to butt in. I had to voice my disapproval of Apple Music. Apple, you freaking suck.
I'm always down for Apple slander.
Preach. Yeah.
Jaron, when did you... I mean, your thing on Discord for a while was all my homies hate Apple Music.
No,
I might have to change mine.
Let's go. We can go back. We can get Tom. We can get Tom.
We can go back to it. Tom did have it for a while.
Just get everyone to do All My Homies Hate Apple Music as their Discord description.
Not everybody will do it because there's. I think Chilltown uses Apple Music.
Okay, but he has to admit that it sucks. Like, you can only
I don't know.
defend.
I don't know. Look.
You can only defend
I'm sure
garbage
some
for
people
so
will defend
long.
it till the day they die, just like some people defend the fact that boneless wings aren't chicken nuggets, which is a blatant, bold-faced lie. But we're gonna continue past that because it's not a debate.
Back on track, Cody Johnson. 2 new songs, Till You Can't, longer than she did. We kind of did an intro. Did anyone? I forget. Did anyone get their thoughts out yet?
No.
Other than Jaren listens to Till You Can't a
I
lot.
don't think we really got any opinions out yet. No.
Jaded, I've just winded myself out. If you want to go
All right,
first.
let's do it. Okay. Wait, hold on. Okay. So, I think longer than she did is just boring. I don't find it.
Yeah,
I don't
Really?
find any reason to ever go back to listening to that song. It's not even that it's bad. It's just there's just nothing good about it to me.
I find it a cool little idea. Like the first verse of like the broken heart of mine is gonna stay with me longer than she did.
Yeah, I enjoy its instrumentation, but I really
But
like
Till You Can't, I
Yeah.
think Till You Can is incredibly incredibly well.
Rel Witten.
well written.
I hate you.
That's the new thing. If a song's Rel Witten.
Well written.
I think Till You Can's incredibly I can't say it. I can't say it.
Bruh. Hey guys, Jaded thinks that Till You Can't is incredibly well written.
It's not Rel Witten.
Nah.
alright.
I'm keeping all that in.
Interesting. Okay.
It's just got like such a.
I think it's incredibly well written, but it's just not. It doesn't particularly move me a lot. So I like it.
I think it's. I'm almost the flip side of you. Not that I think it's poorly written, but it's the sentiment and the idea that moves me more than the writing. Like it's the emotion that
I would agree
that
with that.
makes it hit harder. Like I mean, you kind of know what's coming just by how the song's going, knowing the title. You kind of know how it's gonna sound, but it's still, no matter what you want to do to defend yourself, my stomach at least still just churns just a little bit when he says like hold him what does it say, like as long and strong as you can till you can't.
Yeah.
And
yeah. I love if you got a chance, take it till you.
Oh yeah, that's a fantastic line.
I really like the chorus.
he's like you can the one thing with this song specifically, and I mean Cody's got a great voice, but like this song specifically, it just feels like he's just pounding that emotion through. Like this feels like it was written for crying out loud, Archie.
That's a banger. This is like, I love everything about this song. This is one of the Kojo songs that I'm gonna come back to like all the time. Like this is already like in all my playlists. Love it.
Sorry if my dog was barking, but
No, you.
yeah, I mean, what I was saying before Archie decided to freak out
Gosh,
on
dying.
our family members for coming home, just got to scare away the scary intruders, such as my brother. But it feels like it was written in response to something, just because in his voice you can hear that like that ache of like the line you said really hits. Like if you got a chance, take it while you got a chance. Just I don't know, it beats out of his heart. The song's really freaking good. And
I love the second line of the chorus. Like, if you got a dream, chase it, because a dream won't chase you back. Like, that's like
all of the lines really.
Bars.
All of the lines
bars.
really.
Bars.
Bar.
Cody
Yeah.
Johnson, you
All
got
of the lines
bars.
really. It's got them heat bars coming through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean now I'm just kind of like agreeing more and more with Jaded's point that it is really, really well written. Because it almost seems the chorus, if you really want to nitpick, you can almost argue it's a little vague. Like if you got a chance, take it. If you got a dream, chase it. But it's just presented so creatively, so catchily, and I think it's the Cody's performance that really takes it over the top.
Mm-hmm.
So So,
Cody Johnson is very quickly becoming one of my personal favorite artists.
dude, he's been for a while for
I will
me.
say that.
Ever since
Yeah.
his 2019 Ain't Nothing to
Well,
It. Which
yeah,
granted was
I
my
discovered.
introduction, but
Yeah, that was my introduction too, and I didn't actually listen to any of his other albums until like literally like a month and a half ago.
he just
And I love Cowboy Like Me. That is such a good
Yes.
album. I highly recommend that album to anyone.
I literally
The song Holes, bro.
yeah.
Holes?
Yep.
I cry, bro.
Cry every time.
I cry every time.
I highly
Every
recommend
time.
literally every Cody Johnson album to any country
Yeah.
music fan. Like he's like I've said this before, but I don't think he's capable of making a bad song. Like you see every time an artist puts out any song ever, like specifically like the people that all the girls will have their crush on, like Brett Young or Morgan Wallen. Like when I was prepping my Brett album review and I'm just listening to the songs and you go to the comments like, this man can't make a bad song. Yeah, he friggin' can, because the video
just a
we're
bunch of
currently
basic white
watching
girls.
is a bad song. But Cody Johnson is an artist that I would be the guy in the comments saying, I don't think he can make a bad song. Like, find me a bad
Yes.
song by Cody Johnson.
This is me simping for Cody Johnson.
Literally,
every
like,
day of my
I
life.
just, consistency.
The simping list is short for Jaren. It's Josh Turner, Miranda Lambert, and Cody Johnson. I simp hard for Miranda Lambert, bro.
Wait, no. There's one. There's
But,
one
yeah,
other.
just-
Wait, which one was the one that you're cheating on me?
Oh, I can't believe.
Yeah.
Tennille Towns. Tennille Towns. Woo!
I just,
Okay, I gotta stop.
she's got a few good songs, but
It's not even just her music,
oh man.
but I'll stop there.
With that, I think this is a great time to transition into a new unnamed segment that we have.
She's got a cute dog.
What?
I said she's got a cute dog.
We have a new unnamed segment that we're gonna need help naming. So Cyrus, this is your chance to
Oh my
make
God.
up for yourself.
Don't throw him a bone.
I'm just gonna say, if you want to find a name for this segment, maybe kind of even out that 0-1 record you're currently sitting with. Basically, what we're gonna do is we've all got an album that we have just been loving lately, and we're gonna, like, each of us is gonna go through and talk about the album we have, why we love it. It's more just like a recommendation. Like, this is something we'd strongly recommend to you guys. So, who wants to go first? I mean, by coincidence, me and Jaren have the
Well,
same
then I
one.
should probably go first if y'all
well,
are gonna have
kind
the
of.
same one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't have a chance to get through the other one you suggested, Jaren. But so I
Okay,
just
that's
won't
fine.
chip in for you.
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna talk about it just
Yeah,
a little.
Yeah.
I
Not
I
Alright, so
didn't
JD
listen to it either.
Jada can go first.
Thanks, guys.
I ran out of time, bro. You sent it at like 7:00, and then
Nah.
when did the message go? When did the message go?
Oh boy, here we go.
Nah.
Hold on. I have 7:01 p.m. right here. Oh shoot.
I'm gonna talk about the Wild
Oh,
Swan.
3:59 p.m. Oh,
It's
Oh.
fine. Don't worry.
yeah.
About it. Not a big deal.
I did not notice
I'm
that.
not upset.
I will listen to it. It's just I didn't.
It's okay. Jada.
Yeah, Jada's going first.
Okay, so what I've been really liking lately, and whoever listened to the last podcast, and if you didn't, then you deserve to go straight to hell.
Whoa! No, you just deserve
I don't condone.
me.
I would like to state for the record that me nor Evan can condone any of the things that Jaded is about
We're
to say and has said.
Disassociated with him. Although, if you want to go straight to anywhere, I would recommend the previous podcast episodes if you haven't listened to them. Continue.
If you listen to the last podcast episode, okay.
Paid
It's not Jade. It's not Jaden's day.
if you listened to the last
paid
podcast, you
kiss.
probably heard Jaren and Evan recommend to me the Morpha tapes. And that night I went and I walked outside. And by the way, the best time to listen to this album is when it's like misty outside and you just like walk
Very
walk
factual.
around outside in the dark. I got the best experience. And
That sounds.
I loved this album. I really like this album.
I think you had to. There's no way, given your music taste,
I would have been surprised if you felt any type of negative.
I have
just with your music taste. There's no way.
But there's one song.
Here we go.
Which one is it? Like Geraldine or something?
No, I love
or is
Geraldine.
It Homegrown Tomatoes?
Hold on, wait. Let me take. Let's place our
Okay.
guess. We got 1 in 15.
I
chance.
almost guarantee you that you won't guess it, but go ahead.
Okay, then I'm gonna go for a good one. I don't think you go with the Tequila Does cover. I'm gonna say Waxahachie because that's one of the fan favorites.
No.
It's a heater, a banger. It's a knee slapper right there.
Knee slapper. That's a joke.
I know. For my guess. I think he dislikes the one with the most streams, so I'm gonna go with In His Arms.
Greasy banger.
No.
Okay. Tristan Merez did a good cover of that song. All right, well, what is it? What is the song you don't like?
The song I dislike, the only song on this album that I dislike, is "Breaking a Heart."
Well, that's one of my favorites.
Oh, I'm gonna read you out the lyrics, and the reason, one of the big reasons why I hate it so much is because it's delivered so well. My man, wait.
What?
Who's the person singing this? There's 3 people. I don't know the difference, to be honest with you.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, there's
which
Jack
one it is.
and John and Miranda, but
I forget if it's Jack or John. I can't identify it.
Okay, sure.
But I love that one. I love the
I
idea of what's worse, getting heartbroken or breaking a heart. The melody
I like
is so
the melody.
good. I'm interested. How do you dislike
I like
it?
the melody. I like how it's delivered. But I sincerely want anyone who likes the song to go read the lyrics. It is the most baseline, just uninspired thing I have ever seen. There's
nothing heats jaded up like lyrics.
The only one good lyric is that one that you just mentioned, is being heartbroken or breaking the heart. That's the only that's the only redeeming quality. Okay, I'm just gonna read it out.
So okay, I'm looking at the lyrics right now. You just don't like. I mean, I get it. It's pretty simple.
It is very simple.
Everybody's sorry. Everybody's sad. Everybody's losing. But I mean, I don't know. Whatever. Keep going.
I think it's just one of those simple sing-alongs that people can get behind. But I'll give you, it's not very intricately written, but I still enjoy the simplicity. I wouldn't necessarily. Ooh.
Okay, I
don't know. I think it's a good enough song that I let it get the pass. In fact, it's one of my favorites for the melody.
One of the
Well, I simp for Miranda,
one of the
so it
things,
always gets.
okay, I don't know if I've mentioned this in the podcast yet, but I write songs, right? And so when I see a song that is that could be written in 5 minutes, like this could be, it just digs at me. It seems so lazy. I know that it could have been done better.
I guess yes, I understand what you're saying, but I don't know. Sometimes for me, I find in a song that's super simple, if it's executed well.
Yeah, I think sometimes the simplicity can play off.
But I understand that it's frustrating just because it's I could have written this, or somebody could. Yeah, I've felt that way before about songs, but I usually feel that way towards a lot of mainstream Christian music on the radio, because a lot of it's just the same.
You want to talk about Christian music, do you? I tell you what.
No, I don't. That was just an example.
I tell you what. I was talking to some of my buddies about this the other day, and no offense to Christian musical
I will state
artists.
that there is good Christian music, but a lot of it on the radio is not very.
Oh yeah.
Or at least
here's what happened, right? 2017 occurred, and after 2017, every Christian artist just decided, let's stop making classics. Let's stop making memorable songs. And me and my friends are talking, any song, anyone that's goes to church, a Christian church, at least in my area, there seems to be the big popular songs. I'm talking the Reckless Loves, the What a Beautiful Name, right? there has never been a classic like that since 2017. Everyone just pieced out. Even all of, like the hype Christian music, right? That you and the lads would get like turned up to in a hockey arena
So wait.
at a conference.
I-
There's no more good songs, bro. You just
Wait. So, sorry, I'm totally
no,
interrupting.
go
you,
ahead.
Like,
Go ahead.
you brought up like Reckless Love and like the standout bangers.
Yeah,
Jaded might have no idea what we're talking about because I don't think he's.
that's fine.
But
I just had to let out Steve for a
but-
minute.
Oceans, like, how do you feel about Oceans and like do you like those? I mean, obviously they got overplayed, but that happens with every genre.
Oceans
Every
is
genre
one
has
that got
overplayed
overplayed,
songs.
and I mean also.
Yeah. Oh, but the thing is, they're good. They're good songs. Though.
Yeah, but there's been no new
they got
ones. There's no,
overplayed.
like make something
Yeah.
new.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think I agree with you. Like,
Also,
there's no, like standout.
Can we? there's no grimy bangers, but can we also address like there's more analogies or metaphors you can make than water in a Christian song? Like, I'm sorry, to the point where like the Christian playlist that our youth pastor puts on at youth is no. There was a playlist a while ago, and it was called Water References. Like our Christian music playlist is called Water References. Every friggin' one's a water like dog.
because every water.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you know who this is, but we should probably wrap.
We
this
will wrap
little-
this up. We will wrap this up. I feel bad for Jaded.
So, but I would like to say, I know you're kind of generalizing when you say that pretty much every artist decided to like not
It is an
bangers
exaggeration
anymore. Yeah, it's a slight exaggeration, but I will say one constant for me has been the band Need to Breathe, one of my favorite bands, and they're a alternative rock band, but they have a little bit of like Christian undertones in some of their albums, and then John Foreman, who is also the leads. He has a solo career as John Foreman is his name, and then he's also the lead singer of the band Switchfoot, and their music is consistently bangers. But that's all I have to say.
Fair enough. So yeah, we'll tie this up. Back to Lamarfa tapes.
Yeah, so I've mentioned this podcast before. I'm not
Yeah.
religious, but
Sure.
I think like I can really enjoy like a Christian song if it really feels genuine.
Sure. I want to recommend you something real quick. Can I?
All right, let's do it. Okay.
So John Foreman, it's just Jon, like John Party, and
Foreman like
he has a Foreman. John Foreman.
Sorry, I had to make.
He's got a lot of albums, but they're super singer-songwriter, simple, often acoustic, or just very instrumental. Like, they're very beautiful. And a lot of the times they have to do with seasons, like depression, love, fear, belief, faith, that kind of stuff.
I probably wouldn't
And-
listen to like a whole Christian album.
Well, no, but here, give me this one. It's hard. I don't really know what I'm trying to. He has one called The Wonderlands, and there's a colon, and it's darkness. It's only 7 songs, and if you're only gonna listen to one of them, I would recommend the song called "She Said," and there's also June and Johnny, which is based off of June and Johnny Cash. So, I that's just a recommendation for the listeners and for you specifically, Jaded, because I actually think you might like it. But
Yeah, so just continuing, like, I think someone who does like super genuine sounding Christian songs well is despite how much bad music he makes, Brantley Gilbert. Like on most of the albums, he usually has a very
3 Feet of Water.
He usually has
3 Feet of Water
has
is a
one or
banger.
two like super genuine sounding Christian songs, which I've never skipped. I just enjoy them.
Yeah. Also, on the topic of Brantley Gilbert,
Oh,
unless I'm making a
I know where this is going.
yeah, there would appear as if he is making a song with Toby Keith and Hardy, right?
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really hyped for this song. I was like, hey, let's go. And then my hype has been a little derailed. Obviously, worst country song is the hashtag.
That's what I saw that.
And then-
so are they naming it the worst country song? Or?
But now I'm concerned they've actually made the worst country song because
Yeah.
Marty Kurtz. I'm so sorry if I'm saying your last name wrong. Talk with him occasionally on Instagram. He's done like podcasts with a bunch of people, like grading and everything. Dude knows what he's talking about. He reacted to my story saying it's absolute trash, and then sent me a link to a YouTube video that I would assume is going to be the song. I have not watched it yet, but then my mind goes, okay, but if it's absolute trash, is that the plan? Like, is this a joke? Like, are they consciously trying to make? It's like a rednecker thing where it's like, is this self-aware in the sense that they know they're making the worst country song? Obviously, I haven't heard it, so I don't know if it's bad. It's just Marty's a pretty reliable source when it comes to, like, he could say, like, this isn't great or whatever. But I'm just sheerly because of the title, I'm still intrigued as to what this is. Depending on when the song comes out, I may or may not watch that video. Like, if it comes out Friday, then I'll just wait till the official one. But if it comes out in 3 weeks, I'm just gonna listen to his video he sent me. But yeah, we'll get back on track. Jaded, your thoughts. We got really off topic on the Marfa tapes. Any, like, we talked about how you were not a big fan of Breaking a Heart. Any other thoughts, like standouts or something, or?
Oh, Ghost is a huge standout. I've listened to that song more than any other one. I love Ghost.
Is very good.
So much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the whole thing is nothing short of beautiful, and I really enjoy, like, the parts that it becomes more fun. But which are usually like the parts where I'm just like, yeah, okay, and albums. But in this one, I think it was really communicated well. And other than that,
Yeah.
I don't have much else to say.
Nice.
Right.
So
should I go with my album just, like, real quick, and then we can, like, tag team?
yeah, we can tag team because we brought the same album forward, which is
I have a lot to say about it too.
So
just for the record,
it's a friggin' good album we're about to bring up. Like, get ready.
Yeah, it is.
All right, Jaron, you can quickly run over yours.
But so this one, I actually discovered this guy literally 2 days ago from an Instagram ad. I had never even heard of him. And I just kind of liked how the song that I saw in the ad sounded, and so I clicked on him, and then I just decided to listen to one of his albums. The guy, his name is Foy Vance, and he's from, like, Ireland, I think. And I think he was discovered by Ed Sheeran, actually, because I read a little bit about him. I think he signed to, like, one of Ed Sheeran's like, labels, I think, or, like, his branch of whatever label. I don't know, but it's a little interesting. He has a duet with Ed Sheeran on one of his albums, but that's not this album. This album is called The Wild Swan. It came out in 2016, and it's really interesting because it's not, like, this isn't pop. I wouldn't call it pop. There's folk influence, and there's even, like, some almost, like, Celtic influence.
I was gonna say there's probably
Ireland,
some Celtic
obviously.
in there, I'd assume.
And it's very, I don't know. It's fun to listen to. It's not boring at all, but it's not, like, synthetic sounding, I guess. And I'm just not big on that kind of sound. I don't listen to a whole lot of current pop music for that reason. And but there's a song on here called, like, if you were to listen to any of these songs out of context, like just one from this album, it's not the most popular by any means. The last song on this album has to do with the title. It's called The Wild Swans on the Lake, and it's just, like, super beautiful. And also, I might say, I'll mention that this guy's really good at writing, or at least I feel that he is.
Now you've got Jaded's attention.
Yeah, but sonically, it might not be Jaded's forte. I'm not sure, but there's another song called She Burns that's pretty good, and Upbeat Feel Good is literally exactly what the title suggests. It's just a really fun upbeat song. Like, it actually is. Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy this album. I've been listening to it a little bit the past couple days. I literally discovered it 2 days ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
that's all.
Yeah. Now, final one that me and Jaren are gonna tag team on. I guess I'll introduce it just 'cause it's, like, my turn, I guess. But we're gonna do a little tag team here. So this is an album that I saw when it came out, but I didn't get around to listening to it, whether it was in, like, the end of March. So I know some big releases were, like, upcoming, and so I never, like, got around to listening to it or reviewing it. But I finally, this past week, I was like, hey, like, I just remember because I saw like an Instagram post or something about it. I was like, oh shoot, like I have that downloaded in my phone. I just never got around to listening to it. Like,
I did
let me go
too.
give it a try. And holy heck, like I know I'm like 5 months late to it or whatever, but like I said this on my Instagram, like I am genuinely considering, even though I'm so friggin' late, just I want to talk about it. And so maybe if I'm talking about it here, I won't do a review. Maybe I will do a review on the channel. I'm not sure. But it's Morgan Wade's debut album, Reckless. And hold on. Nope, frick, 1 second. So I'm opening up the track list and I typed Morgan W.A. and tapped the first thing.
I will say that I basically did the same thing you did when this came out. I remember seeing a decent amount of buzz.
Yeah, people were talking about it.
Yeah, on social media and stuff like that. Like Grady talked about it a little bit, and so I downloaded it with the intention of listening to it, and I didn't even listen to it. I don't even think I'd listened to Wilder Days all the way through once until yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I was on my way home from vacation.
Yeah.
And I actually didn't get to listen to the whole thing in the car. I had to finish it when I got home, but
I was
I only listened to it for the first time yesterday, and I'm like in love with this.
Yeah,
I really like
I was walking Big Glizzy, which for context is my dog, but
Big
Dude, what?
he's got so many nicknames.
Bruh.
Well, he's like he's a beagle,
Is he a
but
wiener
he
dog?
looks like
Oh,
he's a
he's
beagle, but he
Okay.
has like the head of a wiener dog. He's got an oddly shaped head, so we call him Glizzy. But and I was listening to this album and like, cause I normally just put in my music and I was thinking like, man, I'm almost sick of the music that I've been listening to because I've listened to it too much. I want to change something up, and that's when I came across this in my library. I was like, I never got to this, and like front to back, it's just solid. Sonically, it's just intriguing, and I think that's one thing that, especially from like, she's not independent. She's on 30 Tigers, but from these like smaller, more
really?
out there, yeah.
I thought she was independent.
So from these smaller like artists that are like independent in air quotations, my issue getting into them is if there isn't much hype around them. Oh, just choked. If there isn't much hype around them, I find it sometimes hard to get into their music because sometimes it can sound similar. Like with What's On, when I'm listening through the What's On playlist, it's like a lot of it is rustically recorded acoustic music. It's like I want something to stand out to me. And obviously, I've said this before, I'm a guy that's gonna lean towards sound over lyrics, just how I am. So I want something to pop, and that doesn't even have to be big or like layered or all these big instruments. It's just something needs to stick with me. Something needs to intrigue me. And this album, specifically Wilder Days, which that and Northern Air are probably my favorites, but like it's intriguing. It's this psychedelic alt rock country fusion that comes together so well. Her voice is incredible. It's just it intrigues me. I'm like addicted to it. I've listened to it like 4 times in the last 2 days. You guys can chime in now a little. I've given my
Yeah, speaking of the sound, it kind of gives me like Jason Isbell vibes. Like I don't think her like lyrics are on that level yet, but the sound seems like any of those instrumentals could be on most Jason Isbell albums.
I could definitely see that.
She's kinda.
Like it's a little more.
Feels
a little more.
It feels a little bit more rocky than Jason Isbell, but some of the songs, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
It just gives me that general vibe.
Sure.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I think,
but I just love rock so much. You guys know that. So like, I was surprised when I heard this album because that's not what I was expecting. I was like, this is very much influenced by rock and alternative rock, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, and see, I'm the guy that I've said this before. I am not a huge rock guy. Like, there is rock and roll music I like, but I've never been one. I don't follow the rock scene very well.
Kip Moore's my dad.
But like this album just hit me like a train. I love it, and even like take the sound away, which I think like it's an addicting sound. I get lost in it. Specifically, like there's a few moments where there's some synthetic elements that honestly I think takes away from it kind of softens the rough edge in my opinion.
Oh,
But
there was
on
one song actually. I don't remember what it was. I'm totally interrupting you. I don't remember what it was, but I heard some kind of weird some kind of electronic thing in the back, and I was like, normally this would bother me.
I
It's
think
just
I know
kinda
what you're
weird.
talking about, and I was just about to say on Met You.
I don't remember what song.
On Met You,
Maybe
the
that's it.
closer, there's like this chime almost that kind of runs up. It's like or whatever.
Actually, that's not what I'm thinking
Um,
of, but I don't know what song it was. I'm gonna be honest.
I definitely did not do the sound
It didn't
justice.
bother me that
But
much.
there's this like chime run on Met You that like almost gives me some like low key Frank Ocean vibes with it, just in the sense that it's not a sound you hear very often. I say chime. I don't know if that's the instrument. It's like a synthetic chime, but I just being picky about the sound. Me personally, I thought it was a little high in the mix. I thought uh, there were a few synthetic elements that I think just mixing could have made them feel a lot more in place. But like the sounds in general, it's like that should sometimes those sounds would really turn me off. And it's like of like the song, like when you're running with this album that's like alt rock country, and it's very like rough and not acoustic but instrumental. It's not very synthetic. Normally that would bug me when I hear that, but this album just something like her voice, the writing I love. I think it's really well written. I think it's like it's very personal. Like these songs feel like Morgan just talking about her life. Like there's a direct
Especially on Other Side.
Yeah.
I like I like Other Side a lot. But so like Wilder Days is a standout for me just because the chorus is just so pleasing to the
that
ears.
chord
But like
progression.
when I try to think of like my second favorite song off of this album, it's really hard. Because I like all of them. Like there's not really a song that I can. There's not one that I like don't like, and there's not one that I really like. Like they're all like good.
I think mine would go Wilder Days, Northern Air, Other Side, and then the rest are just a toss up in order.
Yeah, like I think I like Mend a lot. Like I say I think because I remember liking all of them.
Yeah, it's
Like,
just it's one of those albums that like it's not really a song for song experience. It's an album experience, at least how I listen to it. Like if you listen to the thing straight through uninterrupted, like you kind of get lost in it. It brings you on a bit of a journey. I freaking love it. Like again, I might review it, but like honestly, at this point in time, expect to see this in like my year countdown
Sure.
of like I friggin' loving this thing.
I gotta buy this. I gotta buy a hard copy. I gotta even try to get this on vinyl. If I'm being real, like I would love to jam out to this song in the car on CD. So, but
It's so friggin' good. And with that, how late are we?
Yeah, we got time to talk about voices for sure.
We can go for it. Oh, I wish I prepared more for this, but it's okay.
I'm not
Like
gonna-
this
I'm not
segment
go-
specifically.
I'm not gonna lie. I forgot that we were doing this, and I just thought of who I wanted to talk
You know
about.
what? It's just three
Okay.
guys sitting down and
Well,
talking. Let's go at
yeah.
it.
Well, I mean this segment was an idea from the Discord put in by Cyrus. I'll give Cyrus credit. I thought this was a pretty good idea. He was just like, you guys should talk about. I believe he said, to be exact, he said best vocalist in mainstream country right
And
now.
real quick,
But I think we're gonna twist that and say our favorite.
Yeah, we'll
vocalist,
do favorite.
Because this isn't. We're not saying this is the end.
Yeah,
all be
I
all.
got like a
This is
video
just-
that I have been chipping away at forever. Kind of got my time swallowed up by the small town video, and this is going to be one that swallows up my time with the editing. But I really want to do. I have this full thing scripted. I just need to record and edit it. Of like this idea of the best vocalist or versus like favorite and whatnot. But yeah, we're gonna talk about who do we think. I think we'll go personal favorite because objective is just without some real prep. It's gonna be hard to argue objectively. So
and I don't.
I'm also not gonna. It's not gonna be like a one vocalist for me. It's a duo.
okay, I mean I have several names here that I'm gonna bring up.
The thing is, voices are somebody like my dad actually really enjoys John Party, but then there's other people over here that can't.
Oh
stand it.
yeah,
So
I know
it's
some
like,
people that don't
I
listen
don't
to it
think
because of his voice.
I don't think you
Oh,
can.
who could that be?
I don't think you can say this is the best voice.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just
I don't-
favorite. So.
But some people have like very prominent vocals.
Yeah. So who wants to start? Just throw a name out there. We'll just throw names out and talk about them for a minute. Throw another name out. I think that's.
Well, an obvious one for me and for other people that know me, it would be
Josh Turner.
Josh Turner. Just has a
Yep.
super, just has a super distinct voice. Like, I'm not saying it's the best. We've already said that. Like, it's probably my favorite, but a lot of it's nostalgia. But
That's a
also,
very real factor, though.
I feel like.
But
I feel
also,
like
I think it is in its own right a very good vocal.
I fully agree with you there.
I feel like a lot of
Yeah.
people like copy his vocal style, but I feel like he was it.
Yeah, Scotty McCreery is obviously
Influenced.
was influenced by Josh Turner, but I mean, I like Scotty McCreery, and it's not like he's doing his own thing. His voice just kind of sounds like Josh Turner. So
He's got that
shade
low
Scotty
register
McCreery.
that he really leans into.
Yeah.
He's not trying to belt out songs.
Yeah, for sure.
His belting is going the other way.
Yeah, and another one for me is probably Kip Moore. I just love. I
Ugh.
love the
Kip Moore is one of those
the
people
ru-
that
the rough.
my opinions about
What a
Kip Moore always
stud.
get flamed. But Kip Moore is one of those people that vocally doesn't scratch that itch for me. I don't know.
Okay, well, he's not like. I'm aware that he's not like. It's not some like super powerhouse of a voice or anything. But I just really appreciate his voice. I guess
My
I
favorite thing
enjoy
about
it.
Kip
Yeah.
Moore is his voice.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Ooh.
I'm going.
yep, you
Nope,
go.
I'm going.
He's going. He's going.
You can't. I'm going.
Can't stop me.
Okay. This is a very small artist, and I want everyone who listens to this to go listen to them. I
not
love
doing it.
them.
I
I'm going
refuse. Sir,
I
me.
adore them. Their artist name is O.C. Elliott, which is just O-C-I-E and then Elliott. And the way their voices sound together, if you don't believe in true love, then if you don't believe in soulmates, then I'm sorry. Just you listen to them, you'll realize that you're wrong, because their voices go together so perfectly. I adore their voices. I don't have anything else to say. I love it so much. Go listen to them, please.
I get you.
I'll check him out. I found him on Spotify already. O.C. Elliott.
For me,
Chick's hot, though.
we've already talked about him today, but like one of, if not, like he's up there as arguably my favorite is Cody Johnson. Like that dude can belt.
Yeah.
He's got so much range for like, and I swear he's not even a well, I guess if you're a little guy, it kind of helps you to be. Like all the dudes with great range are kind of little because their vocal cords are shorter, so they can go higher. Like Bruno Mars is like 3'6" on a good day, but Cody Johnson, man, he's got power, he's got emotion, he's got range, like honky tonk mood, dude. The high note
That's
in
true.
honky tonk mood. I don't know how a male human being hits that note, but without like going into a falsetto, it's freaking awesome.
Another good showcase for his voice is "On My Way to You."
Yeah, that last
one,
note
though.
at the end is like,
Yeah.
on my way to you, but like go up in whole octave.
Yep. I can, if my voice is warmed up, I can hit that. But right now, I would not be able to.
If I got like a vocal transplant,
all.
I might be able to get close to it. All right, we'll go back to you, Jaren.
Justin Moore. Just kidding. Just kidding. That's a joke.
Goes back
That's
again.
a joke because I know Jaden does not fucking relate. This is actually not a country artist at all. Well, they actually have some country influence.
Are we-
songs
are
with the
we-
lead singer?
Not being, are we not limiting ourselves to country music?
Yeah,
Well, no, no.
O.C. Elliott is more on
The only
folk
reason I'm
side.
doing
just to say.
okay. OCLA is more on the folk. Okay. Well, how about let's just do some of
Let's
our
just
favorite
go
vocals.
for it.
But Kaleo, the
yeah.
lead singer of Kaleo, his voice is it just does it for me, you know. Oh, it's just really good. I don't really know it. Like it's probably, it's not my. It's one of my favorites, but it's probably not my favorite.
I understand.
being
I
Josh
gave
Turner. But it's probably more impressive than Josh Turner's voice, though.
Yeah, I didn't go through the whole
things
thing.
he can do with his voice.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's not like edited, like like if you watched live performances, it's like how?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I didn't go through the whole thing, but I gave like most of that Kaleo album a listen.
The newer one?
Yeah,
or
the
A&B?
Surface Sounds. And I definitely see what you mean with the voice.
Yes.
Jaded, we're back to you.
Actually, real quick, what did you think of that album? Just because I'm curious. You said you didn't get all the way through it.
Yeah, I didn't go all the way through. Like, not necessarily my cup of tea, but
Okay.
I will say the opener, Brother Run Fast, I did really enjoy that
Okay.
one.
What about I'm curious. Did you vibe with Hey Gringo?
I'm going to be
You
completely
remember
honest
that one.
with you, I don't remember that one.
Okay.
But I can't go, I'll listen through it again after this.
Hey Gringo is such a bop. It's like kind of random in the middle of this album. That's like 11 tracks long, but it's like it's really
Yeah.
fun. It's just fun. It's about this guy that falls in love with this chick in Mexico, basically.
Named Gringo?
It's called Hey Gringo.
Fair enough. Jaded, you got another one here?
Yeah, so you could probably see it coming. It's Zach Bryan.
Zach Bryan? Yeah,
Yeah.
there it is.
Yeah, I knew you
I
were
tried
gonna
to beat
do
him to
that.
it.
I was like, he said he had two, and I was like, well, if it's not the first one, it's the second one.
I didn't want to put it out there first because I'm already known as the Zach Bryan fanboy.
You don't want to be
Yeah, I gotta hit him. I gotta hit him with the side shot sometimes.
keep
Yeah.
them on their toes.
But yeah, I love Zach Bryan's voice. I like how expressive it is. I like how what's the word? How genuine it sounds. How
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, the songs are very heartfelt, so.
yeah, for sure.
yeah, and it's you can sometimes you can feel pain or like longing.
Well,
or
sure. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, well, sure. But like,
all that.
I don't think Dan and Shay, for example, could sing his songs and make it sound as heartfelt. I think that they're
No.
Yeah, they're very. Dan and Shay are very good vocalists. They just don't have the.
I would like to state for the record, Tom, we're not attacking Dan and
I'm
Shay.
attacking you personally.
I defend
Tom.
Dan and Shay's vocals a lot. That man can friggin' sing. He can
I
sing.
admire their vocals.
Yeah, they have
Shit, what's his name? Shay Mooney, right?
Yeah,
Shay Mooney.
he's
Shay
the lead
Mooney
singer.
has got some chords. I just don't. They're just not my thing. But
no,
he can
in terms
sing.
of like talent, in terms of ability, they are like much better than Zach Bryan. But they just
But it's the
they just,
emotional part.
They just don't have the same emotional delivery that it does.
gravitas.
Pizzazz.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I do. Evan, do you have one more?
I have several that I could literally just list off, but like you can go.
Okay, I've got like one or two more.
All right, I got a few.
Okay, I'll say one. You can say
Yeah.
one or whatever. So, my next one would be. This is probably a little bit of a hot take actually, because I know she's not for everybody, but Tennille Towns, I actually really enjoy her voice. I know some people don't really like it very much.
I enjoy
but
her, but I know my mom.
am in love with her voice, and more than that, that's all.
Yeah,
I'll say.
I really enjoy her, but I do know my mom has like turned the radio off when she comes on
Really?
because she's like, I can't
Dang.
stand her voice.
So I actually know I have a friend in real life. Her name is Ivory.
It's kind of a
She's
sick name.
in
I'm not
her-
gonna lie.
Yeah, she's in her mid-20s, and she has music. She writes and stuff. She's big into folk and stuff like that. She plays around Indiana, and she's actually moved. This is actually a little off topic, but she's moved. She's starting like a music studio with her husband right now. So, anyway, her voice is very similar to Neil Towns, just maybe a little less jarring.
Yeah.
Maybe like
Little less
maybe a
sharp.
little bit easier. Maybe a little bit easier on the ears.
Yeah.
But it's very similar. And maybe that's why I like it.
Yeah.
It's familiar. But I just really enjoy her voice, and I think she's a pretty good songwriter too.
I mean, one more I have several, but one I really want to mention for a lot of reasons, not just nostalgia, but just Zach Brown can sing. And especially
That's
when I
true.
saw him
That's
live,
true.
like, dude does not miss a note. And I think, like, one of the best, if not the best, showcases for him is Goodbye in Our Eyes. Like, the power he can bring and how he can soften it down. And on songs like Highway 20 Ride, how when he's playing the dad role, he's like, sorry, like, I gotta go. Your mom and me just couldn't get along.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that Zach Bryan element of you feel it. He's able to, like, send his emotions into your stomach through the earbuds. But yeah, you were saying
Into
something.
my stomach.
Where else does it go? Your heart? I guess your heart.
I would
never
assume
mind.
your chest, but
Well, okay.
I
All right.
I actually just thought of one more real quick.
wait. Okay, go ahead.
What?
Well, we
what?
talked about Morgan Wade the whole time, and we didn't even like mention how fantastic her voice is. I adore.
That's true.
I adore.
I think I
Morgan
just need to
Wade's
listen to her
voice.
more for her to like solidify in my brain as like
That was
I've literally been listening to her for like 24 hours. It's hard
Very
to-
respectable.
like-
Yeah, it's one of those voices that I do
Yeah,
friggin'
this-
love. Maybe it'll grow on me with time. Not grow on me because I love it. Maybe it'll grow more
'cause
on me
it
in
is
time.
good. I don't
Maybe
know.
like with new music, she'll show new levels to it. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't say
No,
it like cracks my like best vocalist, but very strong voice.
I know. I listened to that album the first time, and I just loved it. I love her voice.
I think Wilder Days. I think, holy crap! What I'm gonna look up that chord progression. I don't know what it is, but the melody. It's like that's one of those
Okay.
melodies that just scratches, not even scratches the itch, but just scratches so hard it removes it.
I have one more vocalist that I just thought
Yeah.
of, and it's Bear Reinhardt. He is
Reinhardt.
the lead singer of Need to Breathe, and I think
Oh, okay.
his vocals are super underrated. Like, but a lot of people don't actually know about him or like their band or whatever. But they, like, it's incredible. They actually performed live at the CMT Awards that happened recently?
I think so. I didn't watch it, but
They perform. Yeah, I didn't either, but I saw that like some posts about it on Instagram. They actually, I did watch their performance with Carrie Underwood because they did a song with Carrie Underwood, and I'm actually I'm not a big Carrie Underwood fan. Like I like her as a person, but her music just really isn't my thing. But
Going for Tom's throat again.
the song they did with her, I really enjoyed. But what was incredible to me is like the song they did with her. It's not my favorite song by them, but what was incredible to me is you listen to the studio, like you listen to the version that's available on Spotify or whatever, and then you listen and watch the live version they did, and it's insane how perfectly they can like replicate their sound. I just thought that was impressive. Because I don't see a lot of band like when you see other artists play live, it's kind of like, oh, this kind of sounds like sometimes it's underwhelming or maybe it's just different, but like they're like the power's there, like the passion's there, his voice. I don't know. I know a lot of people might not agree, but like I just really love his voice. I think it's very distinct. Like I can't compare his voice to anybody else's voice. It's kind of like Khaled, the lead singer of Khaled's voice, like in the fact that like there's not anybody else that I have heard that's like it. Like you could maybe compare Cody Johnson to Justin Moore a little bit. Like
I could see that comparison.
But you can't compare Bear Reinhardt to, I don't know, the lead singer of Kaleo. They're just different. Sorry.
The last one I'm gonna throw in. I've said it before. You guys probably already know what I'm gonna say, but Bruno Mars. That man.
Totally agree.
I will defend one of the best vocalists of all time.
Our 3'6"
Objectively, subjectively, with all 3'16".
He's repping the short king.
Absolutely.
Bro, fully. Like, that man,
I am a short king, bro.
his voice is too good. Like, if you want... Oh, I mean, there's a lot of places where you can... Like, if you listen to any live or acoustic performance, he arguably sounds better than the studio version. Like, he's that on tune. And if you want range, boy's got range. Specifically, he hits a big note at the end of Leave the Door Open at the Grammys. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. But I know, that's why I was asking if we were limiting to just country, because, like, if I'm going to talk about vocalists, Bruno Mars has to be there. And yeah, that's my thing. So with that, have we gotten through everything?
I think so.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I don't know.
Who?
I mean, there's a million artists out there whose voice.
Yeah, there are so many artists with incredible voices. Like, I was looking through my phone just now, looking at all the artists I had downloaded, and I'm like, I could list off like 60% of these people as standout vocalists. But yeah. Oh, you know what? For the meme, I want to dedicate John Mayer's voice to Cyrus. I just have to do that. I have to do that to him because he's like, wait. Are you familiar with like the Mayer Swift little feud?
I don't know, bro. Cyrus starts so much beef, and it's no offense, Cyrus, but it's stupid.
I have to throw it in.
Dude.
It's like, bro.
Anytime I have the chance to talk about John Mayer, and I know Cyrus is listening, I have to throw it in for him. But yeah, with that, I think we're gonna close off this episode. I'm not gonna lie, I really enjoyed this one.
Another one in the bag.
Like I know I'm gonna enjoy every episode, and I'm never gonna close off a podcast by
'Cause you're
saying,
with me.
yeah,
This
I'm never
one
gonna
was
close off a
trash.
podcast by saying like, all right, guys, thanks for listening. This one friggin' sucked.
All right, guys, this was a bad one. Maybe next
We
time.
had a stinker. Tune in next week to see if we can get back on track. Like but this one specifically, I just had a lot of fun with. It was nice and lighthearted. Let us know. Let us know what you guys thought. Did you enjoy? I really like that album segment. I think that leads to a lot of great discussion. I want to keep that up. But again, if you have names for that, drop them in the comments when this is on YouTube. The YouTube video for episode 2 went up really late, but we're gonna try and get back more in rhythm. Any last things for you to say, gentlemen?
I gotta pee so bad right now.
Dude, it's so friggin' hot in my room. Actually, one thing I want to close off by saying, the sacrifice I make to stand in front of him. Oh, shut up, Archie.
All right, Jaded, say your thing so we can wrap this up so I can go.
The sacrifice. There was a really good sunset tonight that I missed, and I'm a big sunset person, so just know that I sacrificed a beautiful sunset for this podcast.
Bro, I saw so many good sunsets while I was in Florida last night.
Dude,
Jaded, say your two
they were
cents so I
nuts.
can-
Okay.
Jared, you can piece it. We can finish this episode off.
Okay, boys. Listen, the average podcast ends before the 3rd episode. We made it. Let's go. We did it.
Celebration.
And the
ends before or ends at the 3rd episode? Like, have we not made it yet?
No, well, I guess if we don't put this out, then we still didn't do it.
If you're hearing this, we did it.
Yep. So, I just want to thank my mother for birthing me, and I want to thank Jaren for peeing, I guess.
That is just... Have a fantastic day, folks.